like you said, Mark, it's allergy season. It's the time where green stuff comes out. And there's nothing more green than the Minecraft movie, which we're about to talk about here.
Boogers come in all type of colors. Green, yellow, red.
Red? What type of, We're just gonna skip past that.
If you dig too hard, you'll find the red boogers. Just don't dig too hard.
Don't dig too hard. That reminds us, talking about red, this again is a spoiler alert. We're gonna be talking about the movie.
You need to retroactively go back to every single one of those videos.
And put one of these in every time. But either way, spoiler alert, we are going to be talking everything in the movie. Or, we're not going to go through the whole movie, but we're just going to, spoil some things here and there. Not that it really matters for this movie. I mean, everything's been spoiled.
It's been a while since we've done, a solo review besides leaving in the fucking monthly wrap-up.
We've done Captain America last month. So,
That movie existed. That movie came out this year.
That came out this year. I mean, we could ignore it. We could absolutely ignore it. No, I brought it up because it exists. I'm saying we could ignore it from now, presently, until Avengers when we see him again.
It's like bringing up 9/11 after it just happened 2 months ago. It's like,
that would be.
It was one of the many tragedies that happened this year.
One of the many tragedies that happened this year.
I mean, there was.
Are you predicting something will happen in 2025 on 9/11, Mark? What do you know?
Lava, chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yes, tasty as hell. Ooh, mama, now you're ringing the bell.
Have you played Minecraft? What are your thoughts on the game before we get into the movie? Because that's kind of the big factor. You don't really need to know much about the games if you watch this movie, but
that's what every video game movie is and probably should be. It's like,
I don't know, Mark. If you watch Monster Hunter, you really needed to fucking know the games. I don't know.
It's supposed to introduce the franchise into a wide audience that doesn't play it, so it's so they can kind of cross media advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually the games can advertise the movie. A good cross media advertisement was I know the Fallout series was that. A lot of people who saw that series and liked it.
I thought you were gonna choose the layup, but you were. I was really thinking that he's gonna go for the obvious, but no.
What's one of the obvious?
Sonic this year.
Well, yeah.
Last year, sorry.
But too many people already know about Sonic. Same thing about Mario. But Fallout is not niche, but a lot there's people out there who doesn't play it, and that because of that show, a lot of people a lot more people got on Fallout. Same thing with Cyberpunk. I mean, Cyberpunk kind of got a bad reputation for its ports that weren't on the PC, and then
for its launch too.
Huh?
Well, for its launch too.
Yeah, it was very glitchy. The PC version I think worked for the most part. It still had some glitches, but on Cyberpunk on every other console when it launched, that was bad. That was really bad, and people just didn't trust it because of the reviews and the word of mouth. And then that anime came out, and that anime was badass as fuck.
That was awesome.
And it got everyone to play Cyberpunk. I mean, I wanted to play Cyberpunk.
It did the revert. It worked around the other way around. Got everyone into it.
Yeah, I have that cross media advertisement.
Yep.
My history with with Minecraft, I never had interest because I'm not. I like games that just are just very linear and just have a goal to them. I guess with the exception of Animal Crossing, I guess that's the only one that gets a pass.
What was COVID? Too?
Also, I guess Animal Crossing just once you get into it, it feels like there's a goal because
there are always things.
I'm trying to keep it boring. I mean, I guess that about every game, but it feels like there's one up front.
You have to build. Yeah. There's always something.
When I was trying to play with friends, it was just I'm not good at building anything. It's this is just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just following my friends around, seeing what they're doing. And probably just trashing their shit.
Just sitting there observing.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm just also trashing their shit when I'm at it. Hey, what's this? I'm just gonna fucking destroy your house real quick.
Yeah.
But most of my knowledge from Minecraft is Steve's appearance in Smash Brothers.
Oh my god.
That was a lot. Had a lot of references.
I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff in the Minecraft movie was hey, that's Steve from Smash. Steve. I remember Steve used that move in Smash Brothers.
Right. Yeah.
Open the door for the dog.
Because I was how many? How? Thank you.
Right,
3, 2, 1. Yeah, but on my end, Minecraft-wise, I got into it significantly in 2015. Before that, I'll be honest, I literally used to call it Mindcraft because I thought that's what people were saying. Fucking Mindcraft.
Hi-ho,
You know.
hi-ho, it's off to work we go.
Why are you reminding us of Snow White, Mark?
Snow White, the 80s one, yeah? No, the 30s one.
80s.
What-
I don't want to know what the 80s one is.
60s, the 60 ones, yeah. Snow White, the 60 ones. Go watch that one.
What's the 60s one?
That's the Disney one. That's the old cartoon Disney one, you dummy.
Didn't that come out in the 40s?
46, I think.
It was before Pinocchio. Snow White's the
30s, it was 30s, shit.
Yeah, I was like 60s.
I was right, and I was like second guessing myself, like,
Maybe
was that too early for cartoons? Like, no, okay, so it came out in the...
We're getting to the point where it's about to be 100 years for like a lot of these bigger products in the animation in general, but either way...
People told Walt Disney fucking Snow White was going to be a failure in 87 and 80. They had that warning 87 years ago, and they still didn't listen.
And I love that when people have brought that back up, like, yeah, they told him it was going to be a failure. And lo and behold, guess what?
87 years later, we were still right. He didn't listen.
You shouldn't have, it's Rachel Zuglaglug and all that stuff. But, no, like, played a bunch of it in 2015 on my old iPod Touch. Like, this thing was perfect for just being creative. I would jump in a lot on the...
Oh, so you understood most of the references.
I didn't play Chaos mode or whatever, the more damaging mode. I would play in Creative, which is where you just craft stuff and there's no creatures that are after you. It's just sick.
I didn't know you had Minecraft history.
So I played a ton of it in the summer. That was the year that we did Christmas in Baltimore. Like, I played a ton of it that summer, and just how...
It was like, I yearned for the mines.
I yearned for the mines at that point. And, I still have, like, screen captures of, like, how massive of projects that I took on. It was a fun time. But that's the whole thing with Minecraft. It's so creative in creative mode, and then if you do, I can't remember if it's survival. I had been playing survival mode with my sister for, like, since, like, I think, for a couple of years, 2021, 2022, 3, and that's more interesting because then that's where you get the skeletons and you get the endermen and you get all the other creatures there that are evil. I didn't dig too deep into the evil stuff and all that. I don't know a lot of the lore like some people do, but I just know that the whole idea of Minecraft is just the idea of creation and or trying to survive. It's a great game for that. Like, it really makes you think a lot of the time when you're in survival to just try and keep yourself alive. It does a really good job of making you kind of maximize the biome that you're in. And that's why, again, one of the big factors, by the way, for Minecraft alone, not just for us playing it, is the fact that if you didn't play it, you didn't have to, because Minecraft really took off because of the streamers around us back then. The streamers that played a ton of it and just got a lot of traction of people watching, just people playing Minecraft. Like, that was massive back then,
Yeah, you were probably watching Dream.
No, I mean...
That's what the mask is.
What was that, the guy that looked like the,
He has like the rip-off Shy Guy mask.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy. Wasn't he the guy that looked like doesn't he look like a...
I think he revealed his face, I don't know, but like, yeah, he always wear, like, he has like a rip-off Shy Guy mask, just a mask with a smile on it.
Isn't he the guy...
And he had a shitty song, that's what the mask is.
I thought he looked like the Crescent Moon. Isn't that him? The guy that looks like the Crescent Moon? Oh, okay.
He just has a mask.
I see. Yeah, but that's...
And he was like caught for cheating.
Yeah, but that's my...
And he like lost his credibility and all that.
But they love him anyway.
Not
as much? I don't know.
I think he's canceled.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
I don't keep up with him. I only hear about him via drama. That's how I hear about most people. Like, hey, this YouTuber is canceled. Oh, who is this guy? Ooh.
Yeah, like that Nintendo...
That's how I hear about most people.
Yeah, like that Nintendo developer, EDP445. Like, yeah, I mean, he's
Yeah, your brother, man.
Don't put that mojo on me. Fuck no, that's not true. Either way.
When you do like a couple collabs with him.
Either way, don't
and Democracy, we're gonna find some cupcakes.
I'll be honest, if I did do collabs with him, I probably would have a much bigger channel and much more relevance until that happened.
You would. It just wouldn't be for the right reason.
It would be for terrible reasons. All right, I'm Brian. I make.
You'll have like fucking video essays. So who is Anthropomorphy? Who is this ugly fuck?
Just like out of the
this
books, like
creepy fucker.
Because that's what they always do is they have the background, like they have the footage, and then they'll zoom in on the footage. Like slows.
They'll have the most unflattering picture of you in the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's like I have to.
Like if I was canceled, they find a picture of me in the middle of a sneeze, and that'll be on a thumbnail. Canine Biscuits, this creepy fucker, and like I'm like. Or like with like fucking butt with like no hat or glasses, like fucking red eyes.
Just you, or like you were doing a panel somewhere, someone took a picture like stressed, or you're just like that, like just frustrated. Yeah, like you're ready, or like a picture of you when you're ready to like flip out.
Yeah, it's like so.
Yeah, that's always the shot. Like that's what also news companies will do is they'll take, like you said, same thing, unflattering, and then that'll be the picture on like the Google News little feed. It's like the worst fucking picture. So, but that's Minecraft. Not what we just said, but the earlier stuff. It's a very creative game. It's very open. It's been, I believe, for literally every platform since it came out.
Sorry.
Maxi.
Accidentally took your ear.
It's Minecraft, Maxi. But for every single console generation, like every console that it's on, it's one of the top. It's like right around the top 25 downloads of all, either top 25 or top 10 of any system that after release that it's been on.
It's still bunches.
It continues to sell
bunches. What was funny is Smash Bros would add like characters to help advertise their games.
Yeah.
Smash's addition to Steve is to help advertise Smash Brothers.
Because it absolutely would opens the field to everything.
Because that Minecraft is that much bigger.
Yes. Which you don't think about it that way. It is one of the few games, Minecraft, that is bigger than almost any. It's not bigger than like Nintendo itself, but any Nintendo property, it's right up there. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about Mario, like I'm sure, like you talk, especially kids these days. Like not kids these days, like as an old man, but just kids in that generation. It's like Minecraft is right up there with Mario. Minecraft is right up there with Yoshi. Minecraft is right up there with even more so than Donkey Kong.
Even though it feels like it shouldn't be, but it just is.
But it just is.
That's why it's just so weird. It was like seeing Steve and Smash Bros. Like these two don't belong together.
Well, that's what's also weird is like when Xbox bought them or Microsoft bought them, it's just weird that they haven't done a lot with Minecraft itself post. Like they let them do their thing. They did right, and that's respectable.
Because they're still doing good. They don't need to do much.
No, they don't, because it just prints money. But I thought, okay, they're gonna have them do 78 million things in the.
I mean, they didn't make spin-offs because
they've had.
We don't know if that's like from Microsoft influence or not, but they did make spin-offs.
They've had a few spin-offs, but not like. I'm thinking like you'd have at least a dozen spin-offs by now, but they just.
I mean, it's not like anything to get worse. Even since then, they expand. They probably just like gave them more money. It's just like they bought them for the right reasons because they were a good IP and they're one of the probably the few people they're doing right by after
that is true. There's no real company outside of like because even the Forza Studios not doing that great.
Even Activision's just kind of shaking up.
Oh my God! That's
they don't know. Activision doesn't know what to do. Microsoft still don't know what to do in Activision. It seems like the only right move they made as of recently that's not Call of Duty is finally releasing 3 and 4 of Tony Hawk.
That was them.
Activision. Tony Hawk is Activision.
Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting.
Like, Pro Skater remakes.
That's them. Yep.
They also have Crash Bandicoot.
Well, they don't know that. Apparently, they don't care to know that.
4 is canceled. This is like a
5.
Not this year, but like it's a good atmosphere to have like another Crash Nitro Kart. With all these racers coming out, you got another Mario.
We were all so optimistic because 2017, 2018 was so good, and again,
that game was better than I thought it would be. Like shit, way better.
Way better.
Because I was like, I remember when I was coming out because I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. I like surprisingly, I spent most of my life with like Crash Nitro Kart, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get like all the team. It's just a remake of Team Racing, but like maybe get like a few Nitro Kart stages down the line. The game came out, it was like more generous than I ever expected. It was just like remake of every Team Racing stage, but also every Nitro Kart stage. I'm like, oh, Okay.
It's also good to recall the fact that this was before the booster course packs on Mario Kart 8, so it's like, you hadn't really seen that, where it's like full package, here's the courses from both of the games that, by the way, also were treated as secondary and tertiary and kind of meant to be forgettable in most cases.
Well, on top of that, because like characters and stages doesn't matter, like what's more important than all that, this is a really polished and well-made racer.
Yes.
With good mechanics, I actually feel good.
With good mechanics.
We have a lot of rip-off car races that just don't feel good. Like fucking Nickelodeon has 3 games.
Yeah, it's like there's a
wacky. By wacky I mean like jank.
No, but jank. There's 2 or 3 devs that work on all the shovelware kart games, and all of them feel the same, which is to say, dead inside. Like, but again, that's why it's like, again, we have a great year right now. We've got Sonic and we've got Crash. So I'm sorry, Sonic and Mario. So
we need another Crash.
We need another Crash.
Crash anything, honestly.
Or
Besides,
you know what?
I think Team Rumble.
We don't need we don't need another Crash. We need Konami Crazy Karts to come back.
We need
Konami to come back with that Crazy Karts, man.
No.
Yeah, well, fuck, we do. This is it. This is the year.
I need another Crash.
Because they're gonna put some casino shit in it. You know, Konami. Like you gotta do that.
There's no Crash. I don't want Crash.
Let's move on a little bit here. Let's keep.
What the fuck is Minecraft?
So the Minecraft. This.
The fuck is a Minecraft?
Mark. Tell me briefly before we get into the full review, what you think about what you thought leading up to it. Because this shit this went for a ride.
The teaser looked like absolute garbage.
Yes.
Because like we didn't get the dynamics. So my assumption was, this is just about a family that is like what was the word I'm looking for? Disconnected family, and they have to learn to reconnect through Minecraft. And like the green screen effects look really bad. I wasn't used to the CG. I was like, those CG animals look pretty ugly.
Yeah. No, I'm
gonna pause it. All right.
What's up, Bear?
We're recording.
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I didn't think that it was going to be 4 family members. I thought they were just, the same old thing we've seen before. 4 random people and they're just. But it was live action. That's the other thing that didn't help, is these were real people, like, in a setting, and it didn't blend well. And that was the biggest issue. It's like, what the fuck?
And like we saw, just Jack Black. It's just like they didn't really like dress him. They just put him in a blue T-shirt and he's just called Steve. And like, he's just like, I am Steve, and that was like memed everywhere.
Yes.
It was just like, you just put Black, like you didn't try to make him up or anything. He's like Jack Black just in a blue shirt and he's just Steve.
Yep. Yeah.
And then the second trailer came out, and the movie actually looked a bit. It showed the funner aspects of the movie, and they're like, okay, the CG doesn't really actually look as bad as like thought it would. Kind of got used to the way everything looks. Like some things actually look pretty cute, and like it looks like it could be fun. And it's like everybody was a bit more positive on the movie. So I'm gonna go back to you before we get to the actual movie.
Yeah, I thought it didn't necessarily improve my overall thoughts on it, like the second trailer and then the final trailer leading up to it. I didn't think that it really improved my overall thoughts, but it gave an idea that there was at least some semblance of a story happening, and it wasn't really it wasn't awful garbage, but there was something happening, and that really did help me at least perceive that there was something going on in comparison to where we were before, which is, what the fuck is happening? So yeah. Let's get into the full discussion, or the full movie, though. Mark, I'm going to briefly touch on a couple things. Notably, I'm going to touch on the notes here of the team. This was directed by Jared Hess, who, if you watch other reviews that they've noted, Napoleon Dynamite director. This movie...
We still need to watch them, because I was gonna see that movie like 2 months ago, but then an ATM ate my fucking money, and I missed the showtime.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Oh, that was a shit deal that day.
I was in a rush too. I was like, that's the last thing I needed to happen.
Yes.
Because I was I I need to get back home to walk the dog and need to get to the train station in time. But it's like, everything seems to be on track, but I'm cutting everything close. And then the ATM make my fucking money.
Because, like, the way that you, if I recall, you were like, yeah, like a, normal thing, put the money into, put the card in, all right, cool. And then withdraw.
No, I would deposit.
I'm sorry, deposit. The deposit thing opens.
It takes like...
It takes the money.
It takes like $160, gives me back a 20. A 20. And
but it's the amount of time where it just goes... It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. Like,
and then just like, it's like stuck on a moment please screen. And then it gives me my card back and goes to the main menu without giving me the rest of my money. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
That was the shittiest story situation.
First time that ever happened to me either.
Yeah, like it sounds awful. It's not. It's one of those things where it's like that it could happen eventually, but you never want it to happen to you. But I mean, it's a terrifying prospect.
I was gonna meet the actor who played Pedro that day from Napoleon Dynamite. He could have been like our best friend, and he could have been a main stand on this podcast.
Totally, he could be the third member.
He could have taken your job.
I was gonna say he could be the third member, then he becomes the second member. He replaces me. Yeah, that's how that goes.
But we
or you.
We didn't get to that timeline.
We never did. Unfortunate.
He was probably like looking at the guest list and was like, "All right, so I'm gonna choose somebody random from the guest list to come on stage. Mark." Huh, he's not here. I was looking forward to meeting whoever that is.
He's, I heard he was cool. And just kind of...
Yeah, he just sounds disappointed like, I heard he was cool.
Well, fuck him. And it's like, and he has a vendetta against you.
Yeah.
It's like Spy versus Spy, like, everywhere you go, like, there's, like, something happening, like, he tries to shoot you, but he's off by, like, 4 feet. Shoots someone else in the face, like, it's always off. I'm gonna get back into the Minecraft review, Mark, but it's absolutely shit situation, though. But yeah, this was directed by Jared Hess. This had several scriptwriters, like, and you can kind of tell, like, what is this movie? Well, it's hard to tell because again, like this went through so many renditions over time that it really does not have one specific nailed.
I couldn't imagine because like, how the fuck do you make a Minecraft movie? Because Minecraft is just literally anything.
It's creation or it's survival.
Because like you have the Minecraft story mode, but that's just like, it seems like just like a story, but everyone's just in everyone's just like in the Minecraft world, as in everyone's cubed.
There are ways, but it's like, again, you have the core pieces are there's story mode, but the biggest aspect is then there's survival and there's creative, and you could delve into both, which they kind of try to do, but we'll get into that later in the review. This had a budget of $150 million. It's already made that back because it's already above $300 million. This came out obviously April 4th. Has a runtime of 101 minutes. Stars Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Danielle Brooks, Emma Myers, and Sebastian Hansen. Yeah, that's the Minecraft movie. Stats, Mark. Let's go through this. All right, Mark. We're gonna go ahead and into our brief thoughts and reviews, kind of like we do before with something like Wish. We did this years ago with Wish. 2-minute review.
Wish.
Best movie ever. Anyway, your thoughts.
I'm surprised how much I enjoyed this. This is like a fun movie, and like why the reason it's enjoyable is because like it's Minecraft, a Minecraft movie, a live action Minecraft movie is a stupid idea. It's just a fucking stupid idea, and this movie is very much aware of that the whole way, and it doesn't try to be deep. It doesn't try to be emotional. Every like sentimental moments for like character development, it will purposely undercut it just for another joke, and it's like, and it's not ruining anything. It's just fitting. It's like, but yeah, this is stupid. We're just gonna keep having fun, and a lot of jokes just hit. Like it's just like this is just a fun movie, just to digest. And it didn't feel. How long is this? Like an hour and 40 something? Because it doesn't feel long either.
Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel long. It's very digestible.
No, this is a very, I'd say it's a fun time. It is definitely a Minecraft movie. Like I like the fact that they use a Minecraft movie because there are other ways you could approach Minecraft as a movie concept, but when you talk about what a studio would do, this is kind of what they would do. This is an amalgamation of many different successful ideas put together into one movie that also has Minecraft energy within it. I like the way that at least the characters that are within the Minecraft world look. I don't really like obviously the live action, but who cares? That's not what I like. That's what people tend. Clearly people like this. What I really think is like when I think about this movie, it's like I think immediately like about the high schoolers in 10 years that are gonna think like, hey, that like are gonna be in a classroom randomly. They're gonna say like, hey, you remember the Minecraft movie? Like, this is the type of movie where like for families, you're gonna enjoy it, and then 10 years later, you're in high school or you're in college, and you know you were a kid, and you talk about this movie to people. Like that's the type of movie.
It's already being meme. I think
exactly.
It's gonna be brought back for more memes in the future.
This is like the 2025 cultural touchstone right here. I don't know if Zootopia won't be. I mean, it clearly will. But Minecraft is the first big cultural. Like here's the big boom.
Well, I feel like in years later, it's going to be like. It's going to have like a lot of ironic memes to it too, even though it's a movie. My biggest comparison is like is the '90s Space Jam. Like right now, anytime that's brought back, it's ironically for memes' sake, and I think this movie's going to be the same way.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. There's a lot of potential.
Because not saying that ironically as in this movie,
whatever memes are.
It's just like this movie. It's so stupid, even though it's aware of that. It's still just so stupid, but it's funny. It's just fun to bring up things. It's like it has the best of both worlds. It's fun. It's funny on its own, and it's funny to like bring up ironically for meme's sake.
Yes, it's also just fun to you can shit on it too. Like this is the perfect movie to bounce around in any direction that you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right, chopped off. Now let's get into it, Mark. Spoiler talk on this.
What you already announced spoiler earlier for anybody who was like.
I know.
Worried about spoilers. They already left as soon as you put the spoilers.
So this is so that part again. I'm going to fragment for YouTube the 2 minutes that we had, and then this is now. This will be the full review. This is the whole big thing we've been doing for the past like hour and a half is the whole review, and then the 2 minutes is the chopped like Minecraft review. That's not, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, but
we're in the spoiler.
But we're in the spoiler section.
What do we need to spoil?
There's not a lot really that's like hidden, but
there's no twist.
I want to talk about. Notably, like there's no twist. Like so again, like I can see the positives and the negatives of this movie, but I do like the in the live action setting. Have you seen the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie? You said you haven't, right?
No, I have, but years ago I barely remember much from it.
That's the energy I get. I get that vibe from the live action stuff in this movie, where it's like, it's notably with the kid.
It's funny enough, that's my first Willy Wonka exposure, and then I saw the original one.
Yeah.
Also, these both were years ago, and the most recent thing I've seen was Wonka.
The Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, which just borrows stuff from the original Wonka, and not the Johnny Depp one.
Oh no, I think everyone kind of wants to ignore that one. Yeah, but I thought the live action stuff was like, okay, like we talked about this outside the theater. Like I thought it was fine the real world stuff, but I do like that the movie again it understands we need to set these characters up in a way that will put them in the universe that we are going to have them in. Like, put them in situations that they kind of are characters, quote unquote, and then just push them into the movie. Like, even Jack Black, like, he doesn't mine a lot. He mines one corner of a wall for 0.2 seconds, and he finds the portal, right? Like, it's like, yeah.
Well, like, that's why I like this movie is just, like, it doesn't, like, try to explain too much. Everything doesn't have to have, like, a origin. It's just, like, for the purpose of just having a fun time, things are just, this is just here, just for the purpose of, like, just getting to where we want to get to. Because the plot itself isn't taking itself too seriously.
Absolutely not.
If this was, like, a deep story, like, a deep, like, lore-building story, like the first Lord of the Rings, it'd be like, you'd be like questioning things like, wait, so what's the origin of that? What's the origin of that? You can't just throw this here. Where did this come from?
Which is again one of the things. Like again, that's what Minecraft. That's what's funny about like when you talk about a Minecraft movie, like they're never going to do this. But when you talk about like if you did a sequel Minecraft movie, you could literally have another Minecraft movie that is in a completely different, has completely different actors, completely different scenario, because it's Minecraft. Like, and I'm sure they're gonna do the thing where we get a sequel, we do the Jumanji basically, Jumanji 2, where it's the same people all over again. You do that, it's a safe thing, and that's what this movie is. It's a safe. It uses a generic story. It's very safe. There's no real energy of uniqueness here, but it's fun. So they'll probably use the same actors again and bring them back to whatever realm of Minecraft again. But I would just absolutely love if a secondary movie was, you know, again, because just back to your point, like the story is not really, there's no need to really define the story and all of that, but you could make a second movie that is what some other audiences wanted, which is a more defined movie, and just give it a try. Kind of like the
depends, as long as they make it entertaining somehow.
Yeah, it's kind of like
the Minecraft story mode that's on Netflix. Well, that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like does it? Well, that used to also be a Telltale game from what I remember. But like I don't know how that does it. But like,
I wouldn't base it off of story mode. I would use you again. You can use. That's the thing about Minecraft is it's much like the Lego movies where it's like, all right, you have a successful first movie. Now do whatever with it. Like you have Ninjago, you have Batman. It's like take this into a way that because you could have a fun like Wild Robot style movie. You could have a serious movie in the Minecraft universe. You could have so many. It's another world. Like you don't have to base it on anything.
Well, I mean, Lego already has thing an identity made for it, mainly because of video games. It's like so if this IP exists in the Lego world, it's a parody of itself, and that's his identity for like everything Lego touches.
Right.
If you see like if it's in a video game or a movie, it's for the purpose of making fun of itself. So that's why the Batman movie
very cheeky.
It needs to be a cheeky comedy.
Yeah.
Never seen a new like Jago movie. I know that one's a big.
That does a lot.
That's confusing because there's a show already with like 7 seasons,
and it doesn't follow. It ignores it completely. But apparently the comedy's funny, but it's a typical family movie, which
and it just from what I heard, it's kind of the fact that it ignores it. It's still a disrespect for the.
It's a major,
very cult classic 7-season series.
Apparently all of it is.
Well, because like from what I heard, because there's a lot of fans of that show, and they were pissed about that movie.
I'm still pissed they never did I'm still pissed they chose to do Ninjago instead of Bionicle, because Bionicle, I think you would have gotten the older audience that would have paid for the tickets more. Ninjago is for kids at that point.
I don't think they reviewed Bionicle as a big success because there was a throwaway line in the first Lego movie. Like,
they did not, but
because like there was
it has a cult status.
Yeah, it was a throwaway line in the first Lego movie about like a bunch of sets that don't belong, and like Bionicle just was one of those that flashed by. Yeah, I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, they're like
it was quick too. I found that out after the fact.
They were. It's basically saying fuck no. That's the studio saying we're not. No, don't ask us. Don't even.
This was stupid.
Yeah. But with, again, just the core story here of this Minecraft movie, it's like, again, if they go back to this realm, it's like, I would love if it's not Steve this time, even though, again, Jack Black, so, again, if this movie makes $1 billion, you're going to get Jack Black, you're going to get all that, but again, the joy of Minecraft would be, let's get another person's lens into it.
I think it's easy to get Jack Black, I think.
Of course.
Because, like, I feel like if Netflix can get him to voice Poe in the fucking series, then other projects can get him as long as they give him enough money.
He would be perfect for like the Luke Skywalker end of the movie of the sequel, where like the main character of the second movie goes to a location and then guess who's there? Kind of like Luke Skywalker standing there, but it's Steve, and that's the. And everyone's clapping.
Dude, I have to imagine, like, going back to that Kung Fu Panda Netflix series, I have to imagine there was, like, all the budget had to go to just getting Jack Black back, because there was no other co-stars in that movie. I mean, and there was no other co-stars in that series.
Jesus.
And they like, the animation was still cheap.
Yeah.
And, like, and they already had a voice double for Jack Black for the series, for like the couple of like series they
For
did,
the,
like,
yeah, for Legend of
and
Awesomeness and for the other one. Yeah.
and the Amazon Prime series, and they decided to get Jack Black back for that one.
Yeah.
Which is weird. That tells me just like all the budget had to go to him.
Yes. Yeah. Or he negotiated down. I don't
And then
know.
he somehow made
did it look degrading? Was it low quality looking?
Yeah, it was much lower quality. It was lower
Okay,
quality.
I don't remember.
But it was just as low quality as the Netflix and the Prime series. So
Yeah.
take that as you will. That's DreamWorks. That's TV DreamWorks for you.
Yeah.
And then they made a movie that feels like the series.
I do think there's sorry, pushing back to the Minecraft movie again.
Yeah.
There are a couple things where again, like it's a fun time, but I do wish again there was just a little bit more that because again the antagonist has a very small, simple reason for doing what they're doing, and they get it done, they move off of it, it's over. I wish there was a little more there, but that's fine. You don't need it because again, it's enough for a movie. Same thing with the villagers. It's like there's a villager joke where one of them walks into the live action world, but like it doesn't lead to anything except for like one joke that gets continued over and over.
Yeah, that part bothered me because like we keep going back to that, but there's no in-movie payoff for it. I was hoping because you could have made them tangentially related to the plot, where like I don't know, like the portal won't open, but then like those two stumble into the mines and accidentally get the portal working. Therefore, you have to actually make them a part of the plot in some way. But they don't cross over with the main plot at all.
No.
And that bothered me. It's like, okay, we're going to keep, like, it's okay for a one-off joke, but if you're going to keep cutting back to them in the middle of the movie, it needs to pay off to the actual main plot in some way. Like, because, like, another movie that does this is that actually does something with it, surprisingly, is, like, sometimes in Ice Age, Scrat, the squirrel, he's just a segue into something else. He's just a non sequitur. But then like sometimes I haven't seen all the Ice Age movies, but like
in 2 it was a big deal.
2 and 3.
2 it was a massive deal.
2 was a massive deal. Like he saved everyone.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything past 3. I know in 4 he starts shit. Or was it 4 or 5?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well,
I don't even know if I think I've seen 4. Maybe. Yeah.
I know, because he like breaks apart the world.
Wait, 4 is the Nicki Minaj one. No, I haven't seen 4.
I get those two mixed up in my brain. I don't know which one.
Because they're working on 5 right now, right?
They're working on 6.
Never mind. I don't know which one.
We're finally getting.
I know 3.
They're finally finishing the trilogy.
Because I know 3 was Buck Wild, but I don't remember. But like after that, it's like I don't remember which one is. 4 and 5 could be the same movie. In fact, I think they felt like similar. I don't remember what the fuck happened.
I don't see them. I'm gonna watch them when 6 comes out. I'm curious about 6. How far this is going.
I'm trying to think if I was thinking if like Ice Age is worth a cartoon chat. It
all of like just talking about all the movies in the sequence, not one by one, because
we're not doing one by one for.
I think we're only gonna ever do that with Cars, because like I do want to go through.
I still want to do it with a couple other franchises,
like Dragon. We're gonna talk about like I'm bringing Lana through like Dragons. We did discuss about doing it with Despicable Me.
We did discuss that, but that one would be an amalgamation. Yeah. Again, I still think that Dragons. I know I keep fighting with like the idea, but like I still think Dragons deserves to be 1, 2, and 3. But
our timing.
But our time takes a lot. It takes a lot of time.
Well, we're gonna talk about one again anyway because that first movie is just
live action.
It's just a shot for shot.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I'll be surprised if there's any difference. Like my thought was like because the first trailer was showing shots exactly the same. I was like, oh, this is a prank. There's gonna be something different in this movie that like you think it's going to be like the original, and then like they're gonna like give you a double whammy. But then the second trailer came out and it's like more shot for shots, and it's like it's just the same movie.
Again, I think they showed that there's like partial pieces that were in 2, even though they're doing a second one. There are partial things that are in 2, if I'm not mistaken, that are in the live action remake.
Probably, but it probably don't. It doesn't mess with the move. It doesn't mess with the main story.
No, I'm sure it doesn't. But
everything, because like it'll probably like show up in the background and stuff. But like, it seems like because It seems like a...
No, not in the back, but like core story-wise, like, because it moves in a certain way, but like, I don't know how it's going to...
They'll probably change, like, very little.
I think, I'll be honest, I think if this one works great, I think that they'll start to bend a little more than two.
I hope so.
You know?
Same director, I have to imagine he's getting tired of doing the same freaking thing. Because it was with different director, he's like, oh, I don't have to do much. I'll just put the same puzzle piece together
Isn't it usually
how they get for the Disney live action remakes?
Isn't it usually that the other directors are the ones that want to do the same thing just for safety?
It depends.
Because or they want to put their own stamp on things. That's usually what they.
It depends because a lot of those Disney live action remakes are different. Some are shot for shot with a few key differences, like Lion King and
Aladdin.
Lion King, Aladdin, and from what I hear, Beauty and the Beast. And then some are just flat out different, like Dumbo. Jungle Book. I certainly see. I heard Jungle Book is one of the best ones.
It's to me. Is there a better one yet? Jungle Book's still like right there. With the live action.
There's some other one that I heard that's great.
Yeah. It's
just like the best ones from what I hear is the Lion King and Aladdin, but those ones just follow the core plot.
I'm gonna go back to the story of Minecraft again because we keep tangent.
We were so on this when we fought.
So you were talking about there's some payoff. Another example is the wolf that runs.
There's no payoff. That's what I was saying.
There's no payoff for the wolf kind of. That was irrelevant as well. He runs into the real world, comes back, goes, and there's no. I thought we were going to get very much like a Jumanji back in the. One. But yeah, one of the payoffs that we're going to get, or at least one of the references, or something that was going to be pulled from was the early '90s Jumanji movie, where it's like you started to see even though Robin Williams comes back. But then also a couple animals come back from the game itself, and come into the real world from the game, and you see monkeys running through, and they fuck with this one cop. So this one cop runs into both the monkeys and then the bigger animals that come in later. So it becomes a regular thing that he has to deal with this shit before the rest of the town does. But I thought what we were gonna get was maybe the wolf went out first, and I thought one of the, at least a random human character was going to deal with that, and then later then the villager comes out, but there was also a lot of convenience with.
Well, my thing was no one is disturbed that there's a fucking square ass wolf here.
Yeah.
But then later it's establishes the universe doesn't care about square ass people because the villager's head is just square, but the lady acknowledges your head is big. But, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one else is acknowledging it. So it's okay, this is the rules of this world. No, it's just a joke.
Yeah, and the whole joke with that is just that he goes, wah!
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't laugh out loud funny. It was
it was funny for some kids.
Yeah.
Which is what mattered. But I think that's the core thing is what
they kept coming back to it and it's this isn't going anywhere. It's just the same joke again. And, you don't really have to interrupt the plot for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could have interrupted for a better B plot. It's I think they could have done more with a Minecraft element fighting its way into the human world.
Absolutely.
And cutting back to that.
100%.
Even if it has nothing to do with the plot. Again, just give it a slight significance, the scrap from the Ice Age. Just even within the Ice Age, sometimes something in the main story affects the non sequitur of Scrat.
Right.
Either if it's their environment or something like that.
I thought what was strange also was the kid is the kid in the movie has this interest in just being creative and doing things his own way, and he doesn't really blend with the real world. But they don't really maximize that creativity that much in the Minecraft world either. He does stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of the vastness,
he makes a tabletop launcher, but that's it.
But in the vastness of Minecraft itself, where you could do almost anything, it's Jack Black is able to do that, but not him. Which is weird.
The only thing to do with it, he's the first one that's not Jack Black who's able to figure out how he can build stuff.
Yes.
But that's it. He doesn't really do anything creative. He doesn't become as badass as Jack Black.
No.
Just kind of goes along for the ride.
Very strange in that way, where it's okay, kind of left him to do nothing. And then his
and then, like, he could have made a jetpack in that world too. That only came back at the ending.
Yeah.
It's his arc is like he wants this. I don't know. He just wants to be noticed or something like that because
he was trying to do something.
He's trying to fit in. That's his arc.
Yeah, he was trying to fit in, but in his own interpretation because it's like it starts off with that art project where it's like, well, just draw it as you see it, but like as he sees it, he adds his own interpretation with some scientific elements is what he usually pulls from.
Because he doesn't feel like an outsider. He just gets bullied by these two dudes. And like when he was like building a rocket and shit, like it seems like everybody around him was on board. It's just that like the bullies messed it up.
Yeah.
They made it crash, and that's when he became the villain of the town because the bullies made him fuck up colossally. But like when he built the jetpack, he had an audience and everybody was on board. Nobody was like tearing him down. Only those two bullies.
That's what was also weird.
And only that teacher because he was being too creative for what the assignment was.
Right. That's what was weird. That's what was weird. It's like the movie felt like it was a '90s movie in many ways, like through the cast and what they do and their actions and all that. Like it felt like it pulled straight out of the '90s in terms of the way that it like joked around and had the comedy styles. But it wasn't to me. Not to say it needs to be mean, but like it was like you wanted to fit in, but there wasn't any sign that you were out. It's like you mentally see that you're out, but you're not really. And I guess you could get a sense of it. Because they made him act seemingly a little bit different, but like it didn't seem like that was a problem for the town.
Yeah, he can just make stuff like that because he was like, "Can you make a jetpack?" He was like, "Yeah," and he just made it.
Do it,
and it was gonna work, but they just messed it up.
If that thing was,
it's not like Flint Lockwood where like he makes something, but like it just like fucks up on him, and it's his fault entirely.
And it's him. It's like no.
But
he had it. He had it down. And then they fucked with it. The system.
Well, and it bothered me that they didn't get a real comeuppance at the end. They're just like flabbergasted because he's successful by the end because like that was the thing. They didn't fuck. They weren't there to fuck it up. So once he just did his thing, that was just it. And it's like they could have like because that was kind of a colossal offense what they just did. They should get some kind of karma for that shit.
Yeah, I wish again. That's the difference. That's the difference here between like a movie from the past versus like this. Not even a movie versus past versus now. Just I don't like how this movie at times does certain things. As fun as it is, like because again, I feel like a movie 15 to 25 years ago would have been like, they get something at the end of the movie, and then and then our main character is happy and living it up. Meanwhile, they're in some shitty scenario.
Good or bad, it just bothers me in any movie when jerk characters just don't get karma.
Agreed.
Again, like this is still a good movie, but like one of them days, it still bothers me. Like a lot of jerk characters just don't get karma.
Yeah.
It's like I want them to end with like fucking Motherface or something. Come on. Like,
yeah. I didn't like that the sister. They don't give her too much to do, but every time she's on screen, it feels a little depressing because it
didn't feel like she had a real arc.
She had no arc.
Like kind of did.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't really focusing on that much though. But like it's
But it doesn't help the movie that every time you step back into where she is, it's like.
It doesn't feel like she's that important.
Like you even have to pair her up with the woman. To like kind of make sure that the energy is a little bit upper because if she was alone, it'd probably be you could have done something with it, but instead it's like
On the woman, the real estate agent, I wasn't really getting either because like her thing was she has a bunch of side hustles.
She has side hustles,
like,
and then her role in the movie
seems to have an arc either, but like because their happy endings don't really lead to much. It's like she has a very like the ending for the real estate lady is she now has a fully successful side hustle. And the ending for like the sister is she has a self-defense class. I don't.
Does that help?
I don't know what like what's.
It's like, does that help you?
Yeah.
Outside of obviously self-defense, but does that really
I guess it's a better position than what they were, but it seems like their positions before weren't that bad. Like it seemed like the sister was in a good position. It's just like the jetpack crashed into the peanut thing, and that kind of interrupted it. It seemed like she didn't even get in trouble, just like it interrupted that.
No, yeah, she didn't. It was like it lowered her likelihood of being hired, but it didn't stop anything except like does the company I don't think they announced if the company was like in trouble or not, but like
or she got in trouble. Like it just
they didn't. Yeah, it just kind of happened. Obviously, our main character is Jason Momoa. Like he's the main character.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's not the main character. It's
We
Jason
start with
Momoa.
him too.
You know, and we start with him. And everything around him has actual energy. There's a lot of fun that Jason Momoa.
Well, he's the first human after Steven. Yeah.
Yeah. He's again like he is like the regular show guy that doesn't that just brings up the old references and
he's supposed to be like the arcade. I forgot his name.
Which, by the way, Pixels
the guy who
also
got caught for cheating at Donkey Kong or something.
Which, by the way, Pixels also referenced.
Yep.
Which is like again, it's like this movie. It has a sense of Pixels in it, but it's so much better, and it's not.
It doesn't. It's doing it correctly.
Exactly. Thank you. It's doing it correctly.
It's achieving what Pixels try to do.
That's why it's like this movie is not a bad movie because like that's a bad movie in a similar vein. Like that's a bad movie. Pixels is trash.
Well, like most cinema movies, it's just an Adam Sandler ego trip. This doesn't feel like an ego trip because it's not. Also, it's not written by the stars of it. So.
Right. But yeah, Jason Momoa. Again, I think him and Jack Black. Once it's just those two by themselves, they're a lot of fun. Like those two together, a lot of fun. Like I love their. They didn't really have chemistry, but it was like just butting against each other on here and there.
Oh yeah, this movie recognizes that Jason Momoa and Jack Black are the live stars in here, so it's like, we're just like, this is the movie right here, and they like, I'm glad they recognize that because Jason Momoa, when he's just like let loose, he's fun. That's why I didn't really have much enjoyment for both Aquaman movies because, even though he has like. He's like brother. Like he's just like he's not very comedic. He's still serious for the most part. Like he has some good moments, especially in the Justice League movie. Like when he's sitting on the lasso of truth. Like that was a fun moment.
Yeah.
He has fun moments.
His delivery was great.
But he's still mostly just serious.
Yeah.
Like even though I don't like this movie that much, I found him like even more enjoyable in Fast X than I did in the Justice League.
So
but in the DC
he was
movies.
the antagonist there.
Yeah. He was just crazy. He was just nutso in that movie.
For anyone that defends the Snyder era, just remember that every single fucking character had to be like dour and depressed. Just remember why it wasn't.
And funny enough, I don't know how they didn't finish a Batman movie. I'm like no joke. I was unironically looking forward to the Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Yeah.
Because like Ben Affleck's a good actor. I think he was good as that Batman too. But like they somehow didn't get to the Batman movie.
All that WB contract bullshit that they never did. They never got through. Crazy. But yeah.
That probably would have sold DC. That's probably would have made DC that universe pay off.
That would have lasted.
If they finished that Ben Affleck Batman movie.
It would have definitely extended the life of the universe a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just remember that because again, Jason Momoa kicks ass. Now again, we just also saw Snow White, and Gal Gadot does not kick ass. But
she sucks at acting.
But Jason Momoa, it's like here's an actor that was kind of held down by the shittiness and blandness of that, and then you also have Henry Cavill, who was never able to really shine as Superman either. So just again, defenders, go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Any final thoughts as we kind of? I think we've revolved around this movie enough. So, any final thoughts? We've obviously talked about our brief review, so if you don't want to, if you're done, understandable.
This was a fun movie. Like, I'm down to watch it again because it was just quick digestible. I love the needle drops in this. I think they were fitting. Like, I'm a sucker for like weird, like kind of romantic or like upbeat romantic songs just being used for action sequence. Like I love the Lil Poo Thing song. You my Lil Poo Thing, and like that song was used when like freaking Jack Black was fighting the zombies. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. It's a fun reintroduction of Jack Black.
I'll be honest. I just felt like when that was happening, all I felt was corporate product. That's literally all I felt.
I love that.
Like, I know, but it threw me out of the because I was already in the like, all right, let me enjoy this corporate product. And then, like, you put too much corporate product with corporate product. Like, here's generic, iconic song with sequence. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I can have fun with corporate products. Cause I think the movie's also where it's a corporate product.
No, it knows. It knows. But, yeah.
It's like, it's like, I don't mind corporate products as long as you just have fun with it.
Yeah. Well, talking about corporate.
Like I mentioned before, like not the whole movie, but some aspects of Space Jam 2 was that.
Right.
It was just like, hey, corporate frontness. We know we're just fucking cheap and you're just selling things, but like, hey, we're just gonna have some fun with it.
We have our third member tagging in here for their added thoughts on Minecraft, because we can't have. We all saw it together, so gotta share in this. Lana, you have any thoughts on Minecraft? I know you were very silent after we saw it. You said, "I have no words. I'm waiting until the review." So, what did you think?
Yeah, I have many thoughts.
She was like, now let's have some fun.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's a song from the trailer.
Yeah, but no, it was a solid movie. It was okay. My main thoughts is everyone else. Like, because afterwards, because this is what I like knowing. After I see a movie, I like going back, circling back, and looking at a lot of reviews and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And see what everybody's saying about it. And to my surprise, a lot of people, I'm not surprised that a lot of people really didn't like it, but what I'm surprised
pause
about...
a quick line. Can you just put up a graphic on the screen besides like...
So, what I was surprised about was... I wasn't really surprised about people didn't liking it or not liking it. What I was surprised about was the amount of people that absolutely hated it. Like, this is the most grade A trash they ever seen in their entire life. And that took me by surprise. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my thoughts going in, it's a fucking Minecraft movie. It doesn't need to exist, but since it does, if you thought anything above C was going to be this movie, then you're the one who's stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
the
thing is, it's not taking itself seriously, and like, we have like a lot of bad video games movie that doesn't explain the game mechanics very well. Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But like this one, I can't really speak too much for the references themselves because I haven't played that much. I'm not that deep into vanilla Minecraft.
Oh really?
Well, huh?
I said, oh really?
Yeah,
I used to play that a lot back in the day.
Everyone did.
Yeah,
it wasn't never. I'm not the creative type, so it was never my thing.
Mm.
I would join friends on their servers and just like not
edits videos to a goddamn Emmy Award winning level. I'm not creative. What are you talking about?
So, but like, yeah, I'm not creative in terms of video gaming. I'm not like creative. Like whenever I'm doing servers with my friends, I just usually observe or try to destroy their shit, and then like just die on repeat whenever nightfall happens. But I can't speak for the references. But I can say this movie does feel very gamey.
Yeah.
It feels like we are in the video game world. And another thing I do like about this movie, what?
It doesn't feel like I feel like I'm in a CGI world. I don't think I'm in a video game world.
Oh no.
Okay. What is a video game world defined for you? Because CG is a let's see. If you're
yes, so video games are CG, right? Like,
yes.
like plus, I mean, video game world. Like, to me, this didn't feel like. No, Maxie, please, you're gonna fuck up the wires again, please.
No,
oh,
look, a video game world defined for me is the spirit of the video game captured in movie form.
Yeah.
So that's that's what this is. But
yeah.
I'm saying when I'm looking at the actors, I'm looking at the backgrounds, right? Like, I don't get a sense that this is a video game world. I'm getting a sense that they are behind like a blue screen or whatever the fuck they're using, right?
I mean,
like,
it doesn't.
But
feel
I think they capture it well. But I never felt like, oh yeah, like this is like they really did it, right? Like no.
Well, because it's purposely meant to be different because this is not how. Like, well, all these, like, CG... It's supposed to be a more CG feeling and more...
I mean, I get what you saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's much more graphically... It's much more graphically intensive than the actual game itself, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I have to hard disagree because everything I've seen in the movie happens in the game. Like, it captures the spirit of Minecraft.
I played a ton of Minecraft as well. I mean, survival and creative. But I thought it's like I'm not. This is what I feel like people that watch gameplay of Minecraft would go. I see it, but like I don't. But like. Again, for the gravity of Minecraft, I think this is corporate product Minecraft idea, which is why again it went through like several.
How do you not make Minecraft feel corporate?
Well, like you could. I'm saying we literally. I don't know why I don't know why I asked the question. We literally just talked about again. There are other vantage points where you could go through a more a much more grounded, not just more corporate level, but a much more like, all right, well, this is in universe, and we're taking it seriously, and we're not being so loose and playful, and we're not doing a knockoff Jumanji and or other, like, we're not doing that. We are doing a serious one. Like, again, we talked, like, me and Mark talked about this like earlier in this review. It's like if they make a sequel, they're probably going to go the generic corporate route, which is use the same actors, to go back to the situation that they were in before, and blah blah blah. But what I would like for Minecraft 2 would be, because they called it a Minecraft movie, that is brilliant. You could make another Minecraft movie with a completely different set of characters.
Yeah, you can.
In a completely different universe. You can make it more grounded.
That's also within
you can
the
make
spirit.
it more serious. Like, and that could be more in the spirit of, all right, well, this is going to be much more of like survival style, right? Like, or whatever. It doesn't need to be based on story mode, because no one gives a fuck really.
No,
about
not
story
really.
mode.
No.
But it could fit a little more with the stress of that, whereas this movie just feels like it's taking a template. It's taking a template and putting it into Minecraft. Like, no, that's fine.
I completely agree. But the reason I give it a pass is because it's the first movie, so it's trying to set the basis of the universe. Because I don't know if y'all felt this way, but I felt this way about they had to like really set up a huge chunk of the lore, right? And they was trying to speed by it as fast as they could, but it's fucking Minecraft. It's huge.
Absolutely.
Well,
So it's like
also a lot of the stuff is like just nonsensical. Like Jack Black just finds a cube in the mines, and he finds just the other piece of the cube on the other side of the mines, and it's just there.
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I don't care about that.
I know, but I think this movie wasn't trying to take its lore seriously. Things are just. I like that things are just there for a comedy movie.
Exactly.
Well, for a corporate comedy, again, this was a fun. Like we talked about before, this is the type of movie where 10 years from now there are a group of high schoolers and they're sitting around a cafeteria table and they're saying, "Hey, you remember the Minecraft movie?" And they're all laughing about it. That's the type of movie this is. It's not like it really doesn't have any core thought in it. But again, they use the skin of a concept of a story and they put Minecraft filters over it, right? Like, that's what this feels like. And they use those filters well. Like, again, they really do a solid job of putting things in there. But again, like, I would like a story that's not, next time around, that's not just that. But I feel like what we're going to get is Jumanji 2 instead of, like, and not old Jumanji. I'm saying new Jumanji sequel.
But that would... Unfortunately, that's a reality that could happen, but that would be stupid.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind that as long as it just like has dumb fun as it is the first time, because this movie doesn't really care too much for its story either. It's
that's fine for now. That works.
The core of Minecraft's like whole philosophy is create your own adventure, right? So if the first movie is going to be the basis, setting up the lore, this big thing happened, and then whatever, that's fine. But I want the next parts to be this thing happens with Alex, or so and so do this and so, because that makes sense, because I'm a different player, you're a different player, he's a different player. All of us can play Minecraft at the same time and different things.
Different stuff.
So it would make more sense if different stories would be created with different movies. That would make the most sense.
I can't say like. I can't tell you what I'm looking for in a Minecraft movie, so if you were to bring this idea to me of Minecraft but in live action, I would just be like, oh, just don't make it. Yeah. That's how you please me.
Don't make it.
That's how you please me with this concept on paper.
Yeah.
That's exactly, and that's why we have this. That's why we have this story, because if you told someone corporate to try to explain Minecraft, and then you also told them this is how Minecraft would work, they would say, "Yeah, you lost me in the first 5 seconds. Use this generic plot. Go ahead and put some Minecraft filtration over it."
And the reason I say it feels gamey because like it's not because of the environment visually. It's mostly because like the rule set of the worlds they're making, and it's just like it feels very like video gaming. Like
because it's right out of the most of the logic is right out of the game.
As someone who doesn't play this game that much. He doesn't really care for it, and most of my Minecraft reference knowledge is Smash Brothers. It's just like it feels very gamey, and I can believe like whatever they show me is from a video game.
The only real
again, our best comparison for this, Lana, Because we've seen this. It's a Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah.
Hard disagree. I will tell you this:
You like the Monster Hunter movie?
Most corporate movie, the most corporate movie ever made was Ready Player One, and that felt more video gamey than this did. Like when you're in it,
okay,
you feel like you're in a video game.
Yeah.
When you're out of it, you still feel like it kind of still has a little bit of video game energy, but
it was a bunch of hokey dumb shit.
It was dumb shit, but it felt like this feels like you are literally watching them in a CGI setting.
I enjoy this movie a lot more than Ready Player
I
One.
understand,
So it's hard.
but I'm saying it looks like. What does it look like? What does it feel like when you're actually experiencing it? You feel like you're actually in a game in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
In this, you don't. Like I'm just saying, like this did not feel gamey. This felt like, haha, what do video game people like? Well, we kind of like that's what that feels.
Well, Ready Player One was most of that too.
Yeah,
no, it was
a bunch of.
I know.
It was like, but like,
no, that's my point.
The reason, like I said, the reason it's still gaming, just not the visual. It's just not about the visual. It's about the rule set and what the characters are doing.
Yeah.
And and like again, this movie feels gaming for that reason.
Yeah. The only actually dumb thing. Like, not dumb within the context of the universe, but actually dumb as in, like, written. The only thing I can think of that actually didn't make sense was, why didn't fucking Dennis come home? Like, he went to go hide the cube, but he just stayed looming in the area.
Yep.
And I thought it was because, I'm gonna protect the cube while I'm here. I'm just gonna protect the spot. But people just walk in there and take it, sell it all, pawn off all his shit, and just Dennis is like...
And Dennis is around.
Yeah, he's there. So I'm like, okay, is he not protecting it? Like, what's the point of Dennis being out here? That's the only thing that actually caught me off guard.
And like, also the other thing, why doesn't Jason Momoa stay in the Minecraft world? Even knowing all the problems he has. And like, he doesn't have any diamonds either. He took those diamonds. He definitely.
They never show how that makes him money in the real world because.
Well, we don't.
We're not.
I can believe
we're not
that.
supposed to, but
it's
like,
just jewelry. But like,
I know, but like, if you saw that in like, I know it's not real life. I'm not about to do the fucking wicked.
It's hard to like.
I'm not trying to do the wicked shit where it's like you guys are like, yeah, but you're not supposed to take it seriously, and then I realize like 10 minutes later, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't take it seriously. But it was like a moment of like, this feels like a '90s movie because the way that he just takes all the fucking jewels and then 5 minutes later he's got everything he wants in the arcade and everything's fine. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I can understand if I was 5 years old, I'd be like, but like anyone older than that's kind of like, how the.
I don't know.
Like,
I guess
again the reason like the movie doesn't take itself seriously, and it's like again it relies on a lot of cartoon logic. Hence, hence the B plot, the nonsensical B plot where you have the fucking villager in the real world, and no one is acknowledging that he is a different shape than everyone, and no one cares. Like it's acknowledged by a lady once. But she's not disturbed. She's like, wow, your head's big. She like sees him as a different person. So that, especially with and the wolf in there too. So it gives you idea. This is a cartoon world, and that's another thing. Like that's why I don't mind the visuals compared to Ready Player One.
You literally just talked about they didn't pay off the jokes, and now you're defending this movie for not.
Wait, what? No, I said that joke didn't pay. What I'm telling you is I'm explaining that it shows that it's a cartoon. So wait, what is your argument right now? What is your argument? So I said no. What my complaint about that B plot earlier is that it doesn't go into the story.
It doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't go anywhere to the story.
Yes.
But I'm bringing it up right now for a different argument that it tells you that this is a cartoony world because no one acknowledging that he's a blockhead.
No, and I'm telling you.
And I'm not saying they need to.
I'm telling you, you're finding a way to defend a movie because they didn't know how to fucking write with a little bit more common sense and to make a couple more jokes. Again, Jumanji came out.
No, what I'm saying is the reason.
You had your point. Jumanji came out 30 years ago, and it had the monkey running around. And the cop had to deal with the monkey, and then 2 minutes later, 20 minutes later, then elephants come out. The same cop has to deal with random shit. It's like they made the joke of, oh fuck, he's just caught in the middle of this other shit. Then Robin Williams comes out and he's like, oh Jesus fuck, who the fuck are you? Like it was smart and it was logistical and it all made sense. Then the car was valuable because it brought them all back to it was much better written. I'm just saying, you're working around something that was poorly written because this is a corporate slop movie that's made for fun, and that's solid. But we can't like defend all the.
No, hold on. Let me continue because what I'm saying is. It like that tells you it's like a cartoony world and it like things don't matter. Like I said, it goes to my point where like Jack Black just finding the crystals in the beginning and there's no lore to it. Like why it's there, he just finds
just
it,
happens.
and he just yearns for the mines, and he just happens to go across in the Minecraft movie. It's like the logic of this movie doesn't. It just doesn't take itself seriously. It's completely jokey. It doesn't need to make sense, and that's why I don't mind like the visuals looking the way they do, because I don't need to take any of this seriously. Ready Player One wants you to take it seriously,
100%.
and it does have that budget, and it does have the
excuse me. This has budget. This has budget. This has $150 million. Let's not put budget into this.
I know. Well, it has that direction. It has.
There you go.
It has a direction.
Yes.
You always want to correct me on every fucking thing.
I literally didn't. I didn't correct you on everything. What are you talking about?
Anyway,
I put one thing out.
you put it more than fucking a couple things out every fucking word I said.
No, just point. Just look.
Oh my god.
Going back to visual, this allows me to bring up the next point, because again, I've been holding on this point because Lana came in, gave her thoughts. Do you have any other thoughts that you want to share? Because I think what happened was you had a thought, and we just spiraled after the one point that you made. So continue.
Fuck. Now what was I saying? People, right?
Right.
People hating it. The last thing I said was if anyone, I don't understand, because if anyone was going into the movie expecting anything higher than a C or a C plus,
Right.
you're an idiot. Like this, we all agree the movie don't need to exist.
No.
But since it's here, what they gave us was exactly, I would say, exactly what most people were thinking it was going to be.
Yep.
Like how it was going to be.
Absolutely.
No more, no less.
Yep.
Now, if you were going into the Minecraft movie thinking there was going to be some type of cinematic masterpiece, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. This movie was made for kids, marketed towards kids, and played and acted up childlike.
Acted up the characters, absolutely.
Everyone was at 100. Everything was moving at fast pace, so the
Except
kids.
for the depressing storyline.
I mean, I honestly say that for any video game movie that doesn't have an emphasis on story.
Yeah.
Because you would need to have high expectations for a Last of Us movie or a Zelda movie, but like for something like a Mario movie, for a Sonic movie, for this movie, like these don't have an emphasis on story, and like you can just make comedies out of all these, and that's what happened to most.
Yeah, and I think that works for everything.
Yeah.
But I think that with Minecraft, again, that's what I'm saying. The corporate side was, well, this works for other properties, like, yeah, they did that with Borderlands, and it's like, no, that doesn't work. You do that with Sonic, it's like, okay, you can make a comedy, it works. And you can introduce things that still feel like the Sonic property, it works. Mario, you can make a comedy, you can have the pacing work like that. I think, again, Minecraft, it's like, it clearly works here. People love this, but I do think it's at the cost of the fact that it kind of loses what Minecraft is, because it's more corporate safe. It's corporate generic safe, whereas, you know, again, Minecraft is more than that. But you're never going to get that. You know?
I completely agree. But also in my head canon, it's just I have it at basis, right? We got to establish this whole world, this universe, whatever. And it's stupid because we dedicate time towards this whole thing, but most people, hella people played Minecraft, right?
Or they watched it.
Like everyone knows that Minecraft is about creating stuff. You're going around building. It's the blocky game. Even if you never actually played it, you've seen it. You know about it.
Yep. So
dedicating the first movie didn't have to be so much about the base, right? But whatever. That's usually how you start off like a franchise or whatever. You have to have the first movie be the establishing universe movie, right? Adding your little B plot, and then move on to the next movies, which is a lot better. That's how Iron Man was.
I mean, this movie gave me the exact same vibes as the 2015. Well, it was like the Jumanji remake.
Yeah, no, that's the other. Again, it's 100%.
God damn it!
Well, you didn't like that? I like that one.
No.
But that's the language that this is. That's what the language of this movie is.
It's like exactly.
And everyone,
Jack Black's in both.
And you know what everyone said about the second Jumanji is like, it was fun, but it's fucking not Jumanji. Like it's what fucking ever. And guess what? This was fun, but it certainly isn't like really Minecraft.
It's not Minecraft. Not yet.
I don't know what the fuck Minecraft is besides like Smash Bros and a little I played of it. Because again, the little I played of Minecraft is on a friend's server, but like it's not vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is you can really tweak the thing. You can really tweak Minecraft to a high degree.
The thing about it though is this is why it shouldn't exist because.
But money.
Exactly. You don't this. If you're really passionate about Minecraft and want to do like a Minecraft like live action thing, it should be a show, because you don't have enough time in a movie's runtime to establish. Like that's why everything felt like it was going like 100.
You can tell a 90-minute Minecraft movie, but it can't be this without. This should have just been Steve's movie. Not we bring 78 different fucking things in. But the thing is, they've got to go fast and furious.
But the thing is, right, with movies. With shows, you have a lot more time to establish the universe.
Like how we're looking at Fallout right now.
Yeah, you have a lot more time to establish the universe. So, like a huge chunk of the beginning part of the movie was just establishing the rules of the universe.
That was like 3 seconds. They literally took about 30 seconds and just went, all right, I did this. That's how I did it. I did this. This is how I did it. And don't forget, on that side, there's that shit. And
No.
That was like 5 minutes.
You're confused. You're confusing the action with the tutorials, right? So even though things was happening, we still needed Jack Black to come and explain the thing for the thing to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because if you haven't played Minecraft, you wouldn't know that this thing do this thing.
Right.
So the action was actioning. It was cool and all, but in almost every scene for almost half the movie, we had to stop and establish the rules.
Well, that's also
make it a plan.
That was also because explain
the majigger. You know what I mean?
Agreed, but also that was because someone in the fucking writers' room said, instead of writing this, what if we just had Jack Black really like enthusiastically say this? Yeah. That's literally. It's like okay, all right, like that's okay.
He literally
that becomes the movie. That literally becomes.
I think that works for what it is because like I said earlier, I don't know what else you can
that's what I'm saying.
can do with a Minecraft movie besides like. I guess
explained it to you.
Besides, and I disagree with your explanation. That's why I'm saying this. But like,
oh my god.
But like, I'm not sure what else you can do with a Minecraft movie.
But you just repeated it again.
You're not letting me talk. Besides adaptating like a story mode that already exists. Because it's the same thing for a Mario movie. People like, why don't they just adaptate 1,000 Year Door? And it's like, I guess because they want to make their own thing. But like, if you really want to make a Mario movie. Don't make one. Yeah. Because like with the like we explained for the Mario movie, it's like you take all those references out, you just have a fucking generic ass plot.
Yeah.
Which is funny because also it's a rehash of the 93, 95, 94 film of the live action one.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't really have much Illumination and doesn't really have much creative going on.
But yeah, that's.
I disagree with your premise wholeheartedly, but I'm not going to recycle this.
Wait, what Mario?
No, just your core point that there's nothing you can do. You just have to make.
I disagree with your points. That's why.
I know, but I've already made the point that like I disagree with that. Like you could.
You're doing it again by explaining to me. Listen, I disagree with your point, but I already made the point, and you're already re-explaining the point, and you're about to explain the point.
This is
because you just said why, and I was like,
this is what we can agree on. This is what we agree.
I didn't say yeah.
Hold on. This is what we can agree on. Establishing things is much better developed in a TV series, right?
Yeah.
And like I was saying,
most of the time,
yeah. Like I was saying, you guys didn't really pick up. Well, I think you did, Brian, but I don't think Marcus really picked up on the fact that throughout the entire movie we had to stop and do a tutorial, and my brain, I could not notice it, like because.
Oh, I noticed that. That's why, because like again, I'm not familiar with vanilla Minecraft, so I kind of needed this stuff. Like that's why I think like because also,
this doesn't also
for mixed media things,
everything.
It doesn't
present
because
I don't know how accurate it is because like for mixed media stuff, you like if you're not going to establish the world from all the way to the beginning. It's like you kind of need to just explain some of this stuff.
Well, that's the thing. See, they stopped. It was confusing to me because they stopped and tutorialized all these aspects But then one of the most important things, Jack Black didn't have anything to fucking say about. Like he said, oh, watch out for Enderman. That is a huge.
That is
like
valuable.
I need that. Like you need to tell because this in the game, this man is dangerous.
It's a critical.
He's a huge threat. So you just said, oh, don't look in his eyes. Okay, so this is what this do, and like explain.
But then it also
to that, the movie didn't make it feel that important either.
Well, that's
again,
sucks. That's like
the movie is I'm only going off this movie, not knowing what Minecraft is vanilla. I mean, for the movie explaining the way it's like portrayed in the movie, and it's like, okay, I can believe that.
Yeah,
sure, that's fine. That's how like the movie telling me like, hey, this is how the game works, just like that, and I'm like, oh. Okay, I can believe that. Yeah. But I mean, realize if in reality, this is how the game works. Brrr, like this, all this and that. I mean, I don't know that offhand. So if the movie's just telling me like, oh yeah, the game, you have to rub sandpaper on your face to start, and that doesn't actually happen, and the movie tells me that, I'm like, yeah, I can believe that.
That's you're going. I get you. You're going a little more like but. Well, again, this is like back to the point that you said. Like it's not interpreting, but it works with the movie. It's like Jumanji. Back to 2016 Jumanji. Yeah. Again, it was a fun time that didn't give a fuck about like the premise originally, and it just was a fun time anyway. That interpreted it in its own way.
I love that stupid premise where like the board game got agitated and nobody was playing it, so it turned itself into a fucking video game.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
And again, like same thing here with Minecraft. It's like that's just. How do we? All right, we're not gonna give a fuck, and that's how we do it.
See, but it's one little different thing though. Like that's why I feel like that's why I feel like in movie form it's just so messy because the different
everything could have gotten its own profile.
The thing about Jumanji is Jumanji is a made up game that was established in its own universe and it can make up its own rules on the spot. So Minecraft has been going on for years at this point.
Yes.
So trying to explain the world and everything that goes into it in fucking 2 hours.
No, because if you take one of the premises, you don't have to take the entire 200 million hours of gameplay. Again, there's creative, which they kind of do. They do creative, they do a little bit of survival. And then they have their own little shitty movie narrative, which is still fun to watch, but it's pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Like so they have all three, but they don't delve into the two really. Like especially creative, they don't delve into creative at all because I guess they thought, well, that would be very boring for people. Mm-hmm. Survival, again, most of that gets treated like quickly moved off of, and then they get into their adventure story. Like so most of the movie is not really Minecraft at all. It's just a narrative that's in a setting. Again, that's why it doesn't feel gamey. It feels like they took a concept of a generic plot and they said put it in a reskin with Minecraft. Yeah, that's all.
That's exactly how I feel. Like if they which I don't believe they actually care is it does feel kind of like corporate slop. But if they really cared about the IP, this should have 100% been a show.
Well, here's another.
Even just a short little 7-episode, 8-episode show.
I mean, also another thing. I think this should have been like its own IP. It should have just been like animated, honestly.
You're on the exact point I was about to make.
And not compared to, we're not going to watch this whole thing because it's also going to be copywritten.
We're not going to get copywritten. Okay, so it's been paused for the past like 20 seconds, so I did not actually play the whole thing. But this was the animated, the fully animated Minecraft movie ad from McDonald's. They did a promotion where there's actually full-on adult level Happy Meals, Minecraft meals. So they're really pushing hard on this movie. But point being, this would have been maybe it wouldn't have been as much money, but I feel like it definitely would have been. It would have fit the tone a lot more if it was animated.
And that's literally it. Like you can keep the same character profiles, you can keep the same dynamics, you can keep the same stupid story. If it would have been fully CG, I would have enjoyed it just a bit more.
My thing is, just don't compare it to the real world, because every video game movie feels they need to do that, because even the Mario movie fucking does that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the most recent Mario movie too. It's like
And
it has to compare.
You can even have the real world slot, but make the real world CG too.
Yes.
I don't know, but
cool.
I don't think that fixes it though. I feel like just take place within the world alone.
Yeah.
Because
That would have been the best.
every video game movie feels a need to compare itself to the real world in some way. I mean, tools to this I will give props to this movie, even though it's corporate. It's like we do spend majority or almost all the time within the Minecraft world, instead of just like going back to the real world back and forth.
Yeah.
Like the fucking Monster Hunter movie.
Or like Sonic 1.
That's just all real world.
Wait,
that's not going back and forth.
We're about 3 minutes. We're in the Sonic.
We're not. That's not. You idiot. That's not back and forth.
No, it was in there. So 3 minutes.
And
then Tails comes out of the world. So technically,
that's
beginning
still
and
the real world.
Beginning
Yeah,
and end.
that's still the real world. You idiot.
Nobody comes out of the other world.
Okay, do you see him in the world?
You see the portal. You see the portal.
Yeah, in the real world.
You see the portal. So that means
This is a stupid argument.
It is a stupid argument.
You love trying to fucking argue. I think you jerk off to like, oh, I'm gonna correct Mark so bad.
Hey, hands up. I'm not a huge hater of the humans and Sonic.
No, I think it's great. No, I think
it's not great. Yeah, it's great. No, I mean, I'm not a hater of the I enjoyed the Mario movie. It's just like every video game movie feels the need, and sometimes even like adaptations in general, like with cartoons and stuff. It's like it feels the need to compare itself to reality. Video game movies need to just like not compare everything to the real world. Even though I do understand, like, that's the easiest way to write a movie is, like, just, like, or like, explain everything is, like, comparing it to the real world, and this is how we can easily explain things, but, like, I just trust the audience to just take the world for what it is. I mean, that's how we have, like, good things like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, is, like...
Exactly.
The real world isn't, like, doesn't take place in those movies at all, but, like, we can just take the world for what it is, as long as you explain it well.
Look at Netflix.
I feel like if Star Wars or Lord of the Rings was just like started off as like a video game series, or if it was in the wrong hands, like if it was another media, like the story would be for those movies is like, oh, somebody from the real world came to Lord of the Rings, or somebody from the Lord of the Rings world came to the real world, or somebody from Star Wars came to the real world, or and vice versa.
Right.
It's like, but this is the only way we have to treat video game movies.
This is the only way that most video game movies will be treated for now. It's like the same way that we had the scourge of CG animated movies, and for a long time it was, outside of Pixar, it was, alright, we're going to make it a comedy and going to make it approachable and laughter, and it couldn't be anything else other than that. There were rare exceptions, but like that was the norm. Like in the early to mid 2000s, that was the norm, and then we started to see like breakouts where it's like, oh no, we'll tell some, that's where DreamWorks started to tell like beyond just the comedies in CG. It was like, then you got Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon, and those narratives became a little more filled with depth than just for laughs.
The only movies I see that's confident enough to like not do that is, well, the only noticeable examples I know that's confident enough to not do that for video game movies is Detective Pikachu, which I mean has a good world, but like I wish it would just like not.
I wish it would be a little more.
I wish it was based off of something different instead of Detective Pikachu. I wish they would like base it off like being an average Pokemon game.
I hope they didn't spend enough time in the world. That was my issue. Detective Pikachu meant that you weren't really going to be exploring the actual idea of Pokemon in the world. You were just going to be surrounded, like focused on the human characters on the investigation with Detective Pikachu, which was cute, but it kind of ruined the idea of spending more time in, what city was that? Did they say? It's been years.
It was
Who the f knows? But it was a reference to something, I think.
Yeah, it was a reference to the Pikachu. They have Pikachu games.
Gotcha.
It was in that Pacific City.
Okay.
The best example, funny enough, is the Angry Birds movies.
Yeah.
But they're just cartoons. It is just a big cartoon. And the worst example, but it is noticeable because it does it so wrong, Borderlands. It's confident about just being in its own world, but it does it very badly.
Yes.
And I don't play the Borderlands games. From what I hear from Borderlands fans, it doesn't represent the world very well.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was when I started reviews that really, and I only spent a little bit of time in Borderlands 2, but you could just sense that it was not sense if you didn't know, but as someone that played a little bit of Borderlands and got a sense of a little bit of the story with those characters that are within it, it was like, this is just from like the teaser, just kind of like Minecraft, where it's like you saw the teaser, it was like, I don't know. And even every other trailer, the difference between Minecraft and Borderlands was they were in their world, but like you said, it was not it. It was not it.
Yeah.
So,
it's not a movie, but like, you know, well, like I said, like another point was a series. Like Fallout does it well. It's confident just to stay in its own world. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, that's gotten so much praise. I haven't seen it.
By the way, I'm only talking about movies that are like. I'm only talking about franchises that like have like a vastly different world than reality. So I'm not counting Last of Us because that's just reality.
That's literally That's
but like but yeah, it just seems a lot of these movies just have to compare itself to reality, and like that's where just like things just sort of fall. So like we just need more video game movies. We need more adaptations in general just to take place in the adapted world.
Here's another one. 90s Mortal Kombat was excellent, the movie. And then the only problem with the new Mortal Kombat was they thought they needed to reference back into the real world by introducing a character that didn't exist before.
Yeah.
And kind of instill it within the narrative of the Mortal Kombat movie, which did not.
Because that character was grounded to reality, even.
Right. It was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Which is weird. That movie has weirder logic than the games. Like I mentioned before, you just get powers based on your fighting.
Yeah.
And like, because those characters have origins of how they got to their abilities. According to movies rules, you just grow your shit. Like again, I love bringing this example up, but like. If I had a character in a Mortal Kombat game, my character was that like I shoot laser beams from my cell phone. Yeah, my origin is I hack my cell phone to shoot out laser beams. And to like the movies, and according to the movies lore, how I get that is a cell phone grows out of my arm that shoot laser beams. And it's like that's the movie's logic, right?
It's outrageous. It is outrageous. Yeah. That was weird. It's a weird like just the premise was ridiculous. But
I'm still looking forward to the next one.
I'm hoping more end of the year.
It's Johnny Cage.
Yeah, we should get a teaser around Thunderbolts. You would think. You would think May we're gonna get a teaser for.
Is it this year though?
Yeah, still slated for the end of the year.
Like if we don't get a teaser around Thunderbolts, then it's delayed.
Yeah, if not,
either that or
if not Thunderbolts,
or it's a very shitty marketing campaign.
If not If not Thunderbolts, let's say Jurassic in like June, like May June is kind of where I'm thinking.
Yeah, which is weird because as bad as David Zaslav is terrible at running shit, he's. Like, so far with Warner Bros., their movies is, like, on point with marketing.
The movies are on point with marketing. And
well, they're big movies, I mean. Let me very correct myself. Their bigger movies are on point with marketing.
Their bigger movies...
I know we just got Jury number 12, number 2.
Their tentpole movies are great with marketing. And also, again, this follows the trend of, like I said last year, every movie feels different from itself. Dune feels different from Furiosa, feels different from Twisters, feels different from here we are with Minecraft, which is kind of just... corporate, but it feels different from that. Like this is probably probably the most non-unique directed movie that's a tentpole movie from Warner Brothers that we've had in a while, because all of their movies have had some stylization from their directors that actually feels pure. So this is the first time where that doesn't, but it is a big property instead. So it's more for a different reason. I want to go ahead and toss it over to the fact that we did get an announcement already within the week. This clearly, the positive energy around Minecraft clearly energized Sony into just fast tracking. And Angry Birds 3 was already in production originally, but I guess they wanted to remind people.
Surprising it's taken this long.
Yeah, like this clearly gave them more confidence than it did earlier to kind of fast track this.
I guess like it's just a movie franchise now because. When the first Angry Birds movie was out, the game was already on its way out.
Yes.
And it's like, it was marketing the game. Well, Sega did just buy Rovio recently. So I guess this is part of their plan too. Just like, hey, put another movie in production because they still have games out. And they're doing more Sonic crossover with the games because Sega has it. Sega has the IP now. But like, I mean, I don't see the games being marketed. They're not. Angry Birds is not big anymore in terms of the video game medium.
And I don't think there's anything they can necessarily do to kind of spruce that up. I mean, it's Angry Birds. It's like we get the they literally in the 2010s, because this was an early 2010s, late 2000s type thing that blew up.
Well, they were
by the 2010s, it was like they tried everything. You know what I mean? Like they really were desperate. They tried every fucking thing.
Well, yeah. Like let me be correct, because like I'm not saying they're not trying anything new. It's just like they're not relevant anymore. Because I mean, ever since they got bought by Sega, they've been trying a lot more new things. Like just recently, I think like just last week, they were just announced to be a character in the Monkey Ball online game, Monkey Ball Rumble.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah. I mean, they still have apps and shit.
Again,
a lot more Sega promotions, but still.
If I'm Sega, you probably should do what Ubisoft did with Rabbids, where it's like just drop them into places and just kind of see if that spruces stuff up a little.
Well, in Sonic Cross Worlds, why not? Give me a. I wouldn't mind an Angry Birds world in Sonic. Like we go into Angry Birds world in Sonic Cross.
That'd be a fun absolutely. I wouldn't mind. You get as you start, you get slingshotted. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we already know Mario movie's coming next year, I believe. 2, that's already coming. Alongside Donkey Kong, which was confirmed a long time back when the first movie came out, so that's the next one in the list. Sonic, obviously, is lined up. The point being, again, Warner Brothers is still confident in Mortal Kombat, again. The point being that, again, most studios have also said they are going to double back and move away from the superhero era and kind of push into video games.
I'm looking at this picture and like all these, even the Minecraft in the middle, these are all solid movies, because I'm glad like we're in an era where video game movies are just solid to good.
Because they used to be just bad all the time.
Oh yeah, because they used to be called the name for it was the video game movie curse. If it's a movie based on a video game, it was just guaranteed to be bad.
Yep.
Because like for some reason they never want to get like real directors on these movies, and like no one really cares. Like it seems like anyone in the writing staff and directing staff doesn't really care about the video games they're on.
No, and again, I don't. Yeah,
and like now
I still don't think that they care. I think we can finally see. Be correct. You can finally see that even if the story, like we said, is just very much basic, there is a layer of consideration for the actual material that they're sourcing.
Oh yeah, well even if it's corporate, there's people on the staff of all these movies that like care. Like, there's definitely people on Angry Birds who care about Angry Birds and played it. There's definitely Mario had Nintendo overheads.
Literally, they had to protect the property.
Yeah, so I mean, that's going for. Also, everyone's played Mario. Everyone's played Mario. Fuck it. Hey, turn it down. Your phone's picking up. Your speaker's picking up. There you go.
Well, it goes on a bus stop for a second. I was like, Jesus Christ.
But Mario, they had Nintendo people on staff, and everyone's played Mario, and we've heard through the zeitgeist that the director cares about Sonic. There's a couple people on the writing staff about like Sonic, so we also tell by the deep cut references within those movies. There's people on there that really does care.
Not just that, but just in Inception, like we talk about all the time. The first movie, the way they fixed it, it's like we can't just release shit. This can't just be careless and avoidant of its actual core fan base.
And I've heard there's people on the Minecraft movie who do care about Minecraft. Even got influencers, influencer cameos apparently in this movie that I don't recognize any of them, and I don't know where they are. But there were Minecraft influencers in this movie.
There were also a few that were apparently delisted off of
cut.
I mean, not
for reasons, but I don't care about those.
No, the only time
for reasons you have to know about Minecraft influencers to know.
The only time I cared. By the way, another movie that was solid was FNAF. That was pretty fun. They did a really good job.
I have people who care about FNAF on there too.
But the only time I did.
Oh well, actually no. Well, actually, the creator of FNAF would not okay a script. If it was good enough, if it did represent FNAF well, so just like Nintendo, he was overhead and
this better be. No. This has to be at least.
Yes.
Yeah. The only time I cared or was annoyed was when Markiplier was not able to make the FNAF movie. He apparently will be in this upcoming one, but he was not able to make the first one, so they were like, all right.
They had to cut. They cut the Markiplier sex scene.
Yep. Oh my God. That's what all the ladies want, apparently.
That's what everybody wants.
But Mark, the one reason I brought this up is, and I'm gonna keep rolling this into existence. We have on screen, we have Universal represented, we have Sony represented, we have Paramount represented, we have 3 of the big 4.
Warner Brothers too.
I'm sorry, Warner Brothers is represented 4 out of the big 5. Disney's going to use Kingdom Hearts to throttle everyone, and it will make $1 billion on one weekend. You say that, but like again, so again, I've said this now. I said this for the Sonic movie. I said this after the time when we reviewed Sonic, Mario. This is like the trend is moving in a direction, and Disney sometimes takes a little bit of time, but they know that anime and mascot characters they are just hesitant. They have been hesitant for a long time, but I promise there is no way they are not going to do this. This will make $1 billion.
I will put a lobster bib on with a fork and knife and eat my words if it does happen. But I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen because they don't want to split the profits with Square Enix for what it looks like. Because in terms of the mediums besides video gaming and whatever Square Enix is doing, Disney themselves is not doing anything else with the medium of Kingdom Hearts. And this is a big franchise that because this is one of those cult followings that when it's hyped up, the cult following expands and other people just kind of look in curiously.
Yep.
And that's how the following gets bigger.
Yes.
That's one of those bigger cult followings. So I mean, if Disney did anything else with it, I mean, it would easily be big. So I always said they should put something in their parks for Kingdom Hearts. They should make a Kingdom Hearts cartoon, which they tried, but they gave up on. I guess because it wasn't working out. But they never tried again.
That was 2 decades ago.
Yeah,
that is completely different leadership.
They never tried again. You think that would be an easy sell for Disney? I'll get me tuned into Disney Channel. I'll sit through the fucking newest Zack and Cody college elder years, senior years Zack and Cody just to see that Kingdom Hearts new episode. But they're not really doing
Sweet Life on Viagra.
They're not doing anything else with the Kingdom in terms of the medium except for whatever Square Enix is up to. I mean, the only thing they okayed on was still video game related, just Smash Brothers.
Yeah, no, I know it's been a while,
yeah.
But I still feel legitimately, this is. I mean, let me again.
And merchandise.
Like I said a few years back with Mario, when I said this during after the Mario movie. This is, if Disney wants to just win, this is as significant as Harry Potter in terms of lore, in terms of capturing people's attention for the lead up, release, waiting for the sequel, release. There is some sort of negotiation happening. I don't think it's if it doesn't. I think they are just at a point of negotiating. All right, we need to get these characters here in this movie. We want to get these Square characters in here or the Kingdom Hearts main characters in this movie. Obviously, I think Disney already would know that they would probably go live action with the mascot characters being CGI because they've been so adamant on doing these live action translations.
It would make the perfect sense.
But it's literally there. They have it's it lines up, and it's been so it's not. A couple movies did well. It's this trend is like a fucking freight train at this point.
But also, I think Disney just has confidence in their own shit either way too.
I don't. I think they know because we've seen them. Look, they had confidence. They had Marvel. They had Star Wars. They burned both. They had Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. They burned all 3 for a quick second. They have Pixar back with Inside Out 2. Marvel, they're hoping is going to do good with Doomsday, Spider-Man, and then the next of Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's back and forth. They keep releasing shit that brings their confidence right back. Snow White failed; it wasn't abysmal, but Lilo and Stitch, it's going to prove maybe these live-action remakes have some spark to them. So it's back and forth.
Right, but you know that they will have to have a dog in the fight. Not to say dog fighting, not even a good. That's not even a joke, but just legitimately, that's they want to play in this marketplace.
I'm about to buy you with this one. So they already have. It's called the Wreck-It
I know.
Ralph
I know. That is
their
10
version
years
of it.
ago. That's 10 years ago. No. We're talking present day. They want to make more money. So
They'll do it.
That's old.
That's what that IP is for.
Nope. That happened. That's not what they're. Nope. That happened.
I mean, so has Kingdom Hearts happened. I mean, how many years has it been since the last like real Kingdom Hearts game?
Less than what is it? Less than Wreck-It Ralph.
2?
Yeah. That was 2020. No, that wasn't. That was up before.
Look up the release date of Kingdom Hearts 3 and look. Let me look.
That came out before COVID, didn't it?
Huh?
That came out before COVID.
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
No, I'm talking Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out like
2017.
when I was at my old house.
That was 2017, I think. You're right. Wreck-It Ralph 2 came out 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's some spin-offs, but like, in terms of those aren't that big. But like in terms of like real Kingdom Hearts game, like 3 was the last one.
Yeah. Oh, 2019. Boom. All right, good. All right, so Kingdom Hearts is slightly more recent. It's the same.
Kingdom Hearts 3?
Time. Yeah, 2019.
When was Wreck-It Ralph 2?
2018.
Well, they're very close.
I know it doesn't like those two are right there in terms of how their last relevant point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but like I would say like Wreck-It Ralph is Disney's version of that, and there was no Kingdom Hearts reference to Wreck-It Ralph either, which shows you like they're not.
No, well, that's also again back to contractual stuff, right? Again, I think again, they know that it's not just reference a couple times and like bring references into our world. They see that these partnerships. We talked about this even with Illumination and Nintendo, or here we have Sega and Paramount. It's like these things only work if you're on the table in some way, shape, or form negotiating together. And obviously that's not Disney's play, but they've done that with Sony. They got it done to make a fourth Spider-Man movie for the first time, thank God. But I do think that they will come to the table before at least the next few years, because this is too big of a property to avoid. And again, it will make more money than even Mario on its opening weekend. Like, that's a guarantee. If they do it right.
Yeah, I feel like, name alone, I think it's just going to make, like, money in general.
Yes. This is like Avatar level money.
Just based off patterns. If it does happen, it's just it's kind of just, like, spontaneous of a decision from Disney, because, like, I couldn't see it coming based on their behavior with the franchise. But, like, going based on this current behavior with their franchise, is like, it's only what Square Enix is doing with it, and it's only video game related. And it just seemed like they're going towards a movie or anything. They don't even have an anime, which is weird too. So it's just like I don't think they're gonna attempt. They're just gonna keep it to video games. It'd be cool if it did happen.
It'd be cool. I understand. It'd be cool if it did happen, but it's unlikely because that's just how the Mouse House is in operation right now. Yeah.
Though,
I feel it.
Again, I would love a freaking ride in Disney World. The only thing they did in terms of
that would be
the only thing in terms of the amusement parks they did with Kingdom Hearts is I think they had like demos there. I think for Kingdom Hearts 2 when that was a new game, and they had like the medieval versions of the Disney characters. Like you saw like Mage Donald and like a Shield Goofy from Kingdom Hearts in the costume variants of those characters in the parks.
Yeah.
Which are very cool. But like because they only come out rare for like advertisements for the Kingdom Hearts games, but they don't come out that often.
It's great.
They should. I think they should be coming out often because like
much more regular. The amount of money that's untapped, but
again, video games in general just need to be in parks more. I think that's Universal. It's the only smart one for right now. They're like, let's finally have a video game. Get the video game audience over to the parks.
Exactly. Strange.
Because like again, you think Disney want to fight back with that too?
Like years ago.
But like that Epic Universe is going to bring in a lot of people, especially the video game audience. Like, because video game people have pockets. They're willing to spend billions on hardware, like a bunch on hardware, and Universal has the right idea. Again, like just like movies, you think Disney would just like bring some of that in their.
But they've been so slow and hesitant that it's like they're not even touching it. Yeah, very weird. I'm right there with you. I wish that again we would see. Again, it's kind of like that property that's too big to kind of move at a faster pace. They just do their own thing, and they do it in a way that kind of sucks most of the time.
Again, they just have enough confidence in their own shit to make collapse, and they like a ton of their shit that like that's not regular Disney. They just like they already bought and they just own because they have plenty of right now at this moment. They have plenty of Star Wars. They have plenty of LucasArts properties to go through, plenty of Fox properties to go through, plenty of Marvel properties to go through.
That's what theoretically, I was thinking that they were going to do when it was announced back in like 2013 when they bought Lucasfilm, and then 2012 or 10 they had acquired Marvel or whatever. It was like, or no, 2013 they acquired Marvel. It was like, okay, so you guys are definitely aren't gonna over milk this, right? I mean, obviously you'd go. I always thought they were gonna do all right, fucking Star Wars one year. Maybe like fucking Indiana Jones one year, fucking Tron another year, like Avatar another year. But they were so stupid that they went Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. It was like,
and I don't mean to go on another tangent, but like that's the reason the next trilogy is not going to make as much money as the last but when we had the other trilogy, we had like one movie in between. Like I think Solo was in between. They
had two.
Two.
They had two movies.
Rogue One in between.
It was Force Awakens immediately following Rogue One. Last Jedi immediately follows Solo. Then they had the fucking whatever the movie was.
Yeah, and it still wasn't that much. But now, for the new generation growing up,
it was still overwhelming. It was still overwhelming in comparison.
In comparison, yeah, but like still wasn't that much compared to right now, because all this new generation sees just Star Wars everywhere. And it's just like, oh, it's that series my freaking dad watches all the time. That's like, I don't feel like
I don't give a fuck
because they know through because kids have phones and they can look up anything.
Yeah.
So they're probably aware. They're like, oh, all this stuff is canon. I can't catch up with it. This new series coming out, I'm not that into it. That's my thing. My dad tries to get me into, and I don't think it's not gonna make as much money as the older ones because there's like Star Wars and everywhere, and like of course it has a bunch of people that fallen off.
And then again, like just briefly, but comparing to the release year, it's like. Again, it was, like, here's the amount of time in comparison, movie-wise, for the prequel trilogy. 99, 2002, 2005. That's a long amount, like, that's 3 years every single time, and it's like, all right, pause. Anticipate, release. And Disney cannot do that. If they see anything that makes money, usually they fucking just... turn the taps, keep the fucking full throttle. We can't hesitate. We can't fucking hesitate right now, even though that's the best thing. But that's what the Star Wars market was. Because when you said like Star Wars only did one movie, it's like one movie every year. It's like that's still like even if that was 5 or 6 movies within 6 years, that still is more than any time in the history of Star Wars. Star Wars was 3 movies in like 8 years, and that's like. That was the max at one point. So, they like again Star Wars. It's like Disney doesn't know how to fraction their stuff up. Even Avatar, like Avatar's coming out. It feels like to me that this feels too fast, even though it was 2021 or 2, wherever the fuck that was, 22 or whatever. It's like it's like I still don't care yet. I don't. Maybe
I'm honestly still surprised the second one made as much money as it did.
Yeah, it's like, but is the third because the second one was like the long length of time. Is the third going to make a lot of money? Like, it'll make some money, but I mean, is it going to be like Mufasa was, where the Lion King live action made like 1.5 or whatever, and then Mufasa made like 800. It was like, how much of a gap are we going to see with Avatar? Because I don't think it's going to bring people like the last time. Because I mean, it's a great movie for tech, but it's not fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to rush people in, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Any random other thoughts, Mark, before we? I'm gonna chop this thing up into like 7 different format videos for this because this is a great.
I think it's all fitting within the Minecraft world. We were just talking about like video game movies in general.
Yeah. And
then like we surprised he didn't go on that long about Star Wars.
Thank God.
Well, I can go on for right now. I can go on for longer.
We still haven't technically done a ScreenBlast new trilogy review. I don't want to, but we haven't.
I mean, we can do one on like the old trilogy and the old trilogy, and
I really would love.
We've done Star Wars, modern Star Wars shows. You guys done one on Andor. We did one on like freaking.
We did one on Andor.
They didn't up that. Oh no, you didn't upload the Echo one.
But it's on the podcast services, not on the not on YouTube.
You didn't have but like.
Then we did one on Ahsoka. That shit was
Yeah, that I wasn't a part of. But
Good.
You and me did one on.
You did Boba Fett. I don't think I was there to do Boba Fett, was I? Because I didn't watch.
You were
Boba
listening.
Fett. I was listening. Good, because.
Boba Fett sucked. And
and Skeleton.
Skeleton Crew, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, Star Wars sucks. Don't watch Star Wars, kids. It's bad for you. It's bad for your health.
Just watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh my God, just watch that.
Watch The Substance.
There you go, kids. The Substance.
Watch The Substance. If you're a kid like 5 or under, watch The Substance. You'll love it.
Yep.
But like, yeah.
5 or under.
I think video game like
is that the cap? 5 or under? That's the cap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I look forward to the next Minecraft movie. I hope it's just stupid. I don't want to be. I don't care if it's serious. I don't care if it's better. If it's just stupid and funny, and the jokes hit, I'm fine.
Here's what I
want Jack Black to just come on the screen like, I am sorry, I farted, and then the end credits roll, and I'm like, ha! Wait, 10 out of 10.
You know what?
Perfect.
I'm with you. All right. Minecraft can be the stupid Jack Black. Here's the trade-off. No stupidity in Kung Fu. I need Kung Fu Panda to get back to its senses. So put the stupid over there, and Kung Fu Panda to get back on its senses if we're getting a new one. All right.
No, the next one's like, I'm not feeling more raspy than the last time. That was a fucking joke.
I killed everyone off screen. Now I'm the only one.
That was pathetic.
I still don't know what they're gonna call that shit. Kung Fu Panda. The fuck are you?
Kung Fu Fina.
Yeah, there you go.
Kafa Fina. I don't know.
Guys,
Aquafina Wolf. That's the name of the movie. Aquafina.
Aquafina Wolf. Guys, thanks for watching. Of course, you can find that man, Mark. Where can they find you? Honestly, no one usually watches to the very end of our fucking videos, but go ahead and send them off, people. Where can they find you, Mark?
You can find it at K9 Business, K9SKTS.com. There will be a video on there someday.
Ooh, I thought you were about to hype up something you were working on right now. But you were just saying, like, yeah, sometime.
You're extended, well, I'm expecting you to joke, but there wasn't one.
You can find me at Brian the Baltimorean on Instagram. You can find me at Democracy on YouTube. That's ATHEMOCRACY.com. Of course, you can find me at CartoonChatPodcast.com. Check out our new episodes. It's always happening. Thank you for watching. Toodles.
Look like we got a chicken jockey!